So there's a good amount of lost media regarding anime, from dubs to shorts. Usually they get lost due to them having limited releases in different countries or just in general. There's so much lost media to talk about when it comes to all of these, and I've always found it so wonderfully intriguing. So here's 10 cases of lost anime-related media that you may or may not know about yet. Let's do this! So we're starting off with Pokemon because it's my channel and I do what I want. So Pikachu's Ocean Adventure was the 16th Pokemon short, and it was released in 2006 to promote the movie Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea in Japan. The plot revolves around Pikachu and friends going on vacation and meeting Chatot, who has found a treasure map leading to, well, treasure? In 2008, the short was dubbed into English and released in the US at the Motion Odyssey movie theater ride at a Jordan's Furniture in Massachusetts. The short was also re-aired in 2017 alongside another short, Pokemon 3D Find Mew, which also happens to be lost. Surprise! Another Pokemon entry. Pokemon 3D Adventure Find Mew was the 14th short film from the Pokemon series. The plot involved mainly Pikachu and Meowth searching for the very rare Mew. The short was shown at a cinema next to the Pokepark theme park from March 18th, 2005 to September 25th, 2005. Then played again on October 4th the same year with a new ending theme. It finally was briefly shown again in 2017 and 2020. We have the plot of the film, screenshots, and some footage. Looking at the footage, it looks like a very cute short. I love seeing Pikachu and Meowth work together, they're such a chaotic duo. It's also funny how Pikachu's Ocean Adventure was also in this presentation where they showed the footage. This one is so mysterious. So before the British dub of Moomin was aired in 1993, not long after the series' debut in Japan, a dubbing studio by the name of ETVC Productions dubbed the 1990 Moomin series. Only the 13th episode, titled The Last Dragon on Earth, was dubbed as a pitch pilot. None of the voice actors are known, but it has been said that the accents were southern sounding. This is from a Twitter user that shared their first-hand account of viewing the pilot. Now obviously this isn't concrete proof because we have no audio or any clips of the pilot. The dub was produced by Chris Henderson and Bunker Jenkins. This dub is actually available at the Paley Center for Media in New York and has its own page on their website, but it is yet to be released by anyone. I love Moomin and I hope someday this can be released. Hearing a completely different take on the characters' voices would be very interesting to me. But I'm pretty biased because the topic of voice acting in general is just very interesting to me. But anyway, on to the next entry. Alright, this entry is going to be a combination since one is too short to have its own entry. So you're probably familiar with the 4Kids dub of Magical Do-Re-Mi that aired from 2005 to 2006 on Fox. It was one of 4Kids' least popular dubs, so it was finished as an exclusive web series. Now, there was actually an English dub predating 4Kids dub by a year. From June to October of 2004, an English dub of the series was aired on a Singapore channel by the name of Channel I. 17 episodes were aired until the dub's cancellation in October. The series was dubbed by Voiceovers Unlimited. We know the names of 3 of the voice actors in the dub. Chuck Powers and Brian Zimmerman were in the dub, but it's unknown who they played, while Denise Tan is confirmed to have voiced Do-Re-Mi. Now, the Ocean dub. Ocean Productions was a Canadian dubbing studio known for dubbing Death Note, Dragon Ball Z, and a lot of other things. Ocean Productions dubbed Magical Do-Re-Mi, but only as a pitch, as only one episode was dubbed. It wasn't picked up for a full dub and therefore ended up becoming lost. None of the voice cast is currently known. However, we do know that Terry Snellgrove was the director for the dub. No clips have been found yet, unfortunately. So this is so very interesting to me and so crazy to me that it's lost because it's fairly recent. Sailor Moon: The Miracle 4D is a short film that was shown at Universal Studios Japan in 2018. It was animated in CGI and was an attraction. The film interacted with the audience with moving seats, bubbles, and different kinds of special effects. The plot focused on the Sailor Guardians fighting the villain Morga, as she saps energy from the audience. The Sailor Guardians think they got the best of Morga, but she comes back and traps the Sailor Guardians. But then they're saved by Tuxedo Mask, and Tuxedo Mask gives Sailor Moon a version of the Moon Rod created specifically for this event called the Universal Rod. And she defeats Morga, and the film ends with Sailor Moon basically telling the audience to forget everything they saw. Photos and short clips of this film exist showing how awesome it looked. I would love to see this found as a Sailor Moon fan, it just looks so rad and fun to watch. Yep, that's right. Animax has its own entry altogether because so many of their dubs are lost. Animax is a company who has dubbed quite a bit of anime into English. However, a lot, and I mean a lot, of their dubs are lost or partially lost, mostly due to their very limited releases in some Asian countries. For example, their own Negai My Melody, or as it was called in English, My Melody's Magical Adventure, said to have aired on Cartoon Network Asia, is completely lost. Some of the proof of its existence is from a 2008 article on the Philippine Star, as well as it being in voice actress Emily Wu Zeller's resume. They also had a Squid Girl dub that is partially lost, with only episodes 1 to 9 of the second season being found. Who remembers Squid Girl, by the way? I remember watching it when I was like 11 and being completely obsessed. This dub actually came after the more known Bang Zoom dub, with Bang Zoom's dub coming out in 2011 and Animax's dub coming out in 2013. 2 promos were also found, one for the first season and one for the second season. Doraemon is probably something some people are somewhat familiar with. If you're not familiar with it, it wasn't that successful in America. There's been quite a few shows based on it. The one we're focusing on is the 2005 version. There was a British dub of the show that aired on Boomerang UK in 2015. It was removed from the channel only 2 months later. It briefly reran back in 2016 but then was gone again. We do know the voice cast, with Sarah Hauser starring as Doraemon. 12 episodes of the dub have been found and archived online. It's widely believed that 26 episodes were dubbed. So if that's true, then there's still more to be found. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is an anime and manga series. The manga ran from 1987 to 2004 and has had some anime OVAs and eventually a series. The series plot revolved around the insane psychic strength of the Joestar family and their rivalries. There was an arc in the manga called Phantom Blood that was adapted into a feature film back in 2007. The film was created to celebrate the series' 25th anniversary. It was released in theaters and never received a home video release or an English dub. There was a trailer as well as 16 minutes of silent footage found of the film a few years back, but the full film remains lost. There's a rumor/theory that Araki himself hated the Phantom Blood movie, which led to the film not getting a wide release, but this is unconfirmed as of now. Mapletown is an animated series that first aired in 1986 in Japan and then 1987 in the US. The series starred Patty Rabbit and Bobby Bear going on adventures, and eventually Raleigh the dog would join the crew. Animated by Toei Animation, who needs no introduction, the series was dubbed into English by Saban Entertainment a year after its Japan release and first aired on Nickelodeon. Then after a while it started airing on Nick Jr. This dub featured live-action segments in each episode with a woman introducing the episode. There are known to be 26 dubbed episodes. 14 episodes of the dub have been found. Now, interestingly, there are claims that all 52 episodes were dubbed, but the rest just weren't released. There's no proof of this, and it remains unconfirmed, unfortunately. This dub not having an official home release is so strange to me. From what it seems like, this anime just wasn't that popular in the US. It's very unfortunate because, reading posts online, quite a bit of folks grew up with this dub and are nostalgic for it. And I think that alone makes it worthwhile to search for. So this one is very strange. Doraemon Robot War was an allegedly bootleg Taiwanese film released in 1983. We do know the plot of this film. A robotics contest gets held in Taiwan, where robots compete and it decides who is the best robot. Nobita and Doraemon enter the competition. Doraemon wins, and the villain of the film makes an evil robot to destroy Doraemon. Nobita dresses up as Doraemon because he wants the attention too, and is abducted by the evil professor, and Doraemon embarks on a mission to save him. This film was created by Wang Film Productions, and this company has actually worked on some pretty well-known media, such as some Scooby-Doo specials, the Phineas and Ferb movies, the Jetson movie, etc. Only a 30-second clip has been found. There's been claims that Robot War was an official co-production but was only meant for Taiwanese audiences due to an upload of the 30-second clip on blogger Soon Chang's page getting taken down. This claim is unconfirmed, however, and there's no proof of this being the case. This is a very interesting case, and I'm honestly surprised that not a lot of people talk about it or even know about it. Well, there we have it. Some cases of lost anime media I found very fascinating. A lot of these were fun to look into. I really hope these can be found someday because some of these cases I've known about for years. The Animax dubs have always been so interesting to me because some of them are fairly recent but just are not anywhere online. It's such an odd case. The Pokemon short being lost is also really crazy, but for a different reason. Pokemon is a popular franchise with a lot of fans, so you would think even just a clip would show up online. But that hasn't been the case. Well, yet. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It's been a riot. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!